Let's talk about the truth behind the 2020 world crisis. It's time to take back your power. Hi, I'm Saratoga Ocean, and I help people to navigate their spiritual awakening so they can embark on a conscious path of ascension. In this video, I'm going to share with you some things that will shock you. It has to do with what's behind the 2020 world crisis. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and make sure to subscribe so that you can join our amazing community of spiritual truth seekers and lightworkers. So let's begin. We are currently living in a sea of madness. For all of the people that want to brainwash you into thinking that this is normal, you know in your heart that it's nothing of the kind. We have some serious work to do as creators and as cosmic spiritual beings. Let's start with gaining a significant level of clarity about our situation. That is the first step in being able to take back our power. Now, I want to address all of the virus lovers out there. This virus has become the new god. In fact, as a god, this virus is more powerful than anything. It's the first time that one singular thing has consumed the entire earth, literally overnight. Without even lifting a finger, this virus has more publicity than humans could ever dream of. It has multiple logos created for it. It has branding. It has huge media outlets devoted to its entire existence. I mean, we are talking about billions and billions of dollars worth of free advertising, the likes of which the world has never seen. In fact, I think we should crown this virus. I think we should hang giant posters of it worldwide because, guys, it literally controls the whole planet. And most importantly, fear of the virus has become the new global religion. I mean, if you are not terrified of this virus, then you are a disgusting person who probably deserves to die. I'm serious, you guys. This has actually become a religion. We are told that we must literally worship this virus. But by worshiping it, we are literally blinded to what is actually going on. And that, my friends, is by design. So let's do something. Let's put the virus aside just for a moment. Pretend to yourself that it doesn't exist. Just pretend that there's no such thing, just for a moment. Let's look at everything as it is today, but pretending that there's no virus in the mix. Now, what does that look like to you? We are locked in our homes. We have our sources of income taken away. We are separated from each other. Whatever formerly brought us joy is no longer allowed. Can you imagine all of this happening without having the virus as an excuse? Well, you need to imagine it now. You know, I feel kind of sorry for this poor little virus. I mean, it is being blamed for so much destruction. Is that really fair? Now, the truth is that we are being seriously abused beyond belief. So how did we get here? We have willingly participated in the greatest planetary abuse of humankind imaginable. And guys, it's not over yet. Believe me, this is only the beginning. When we talk about discovering what's behind this 2020 world crisis, we must start by looking at ourselves first. If we don't understand how it is that we as creators allowed this to happen, we will never be able to deal with the larger issues in front of us. So I want to have a serious talk with you guys about our collective level of human self-esteem. We human beings have accepted being bashed and trashed for thousands of years. We are treated worse than animals, you guys. Let's look at the negative propaganda that we are being fed right now. We are constantly being told that humans are awful, terrible creatures. We are told that nature hates us. The planet hates us. We are a scourge upon the earth. And religions have told us for thousands of years that we are horrible, sinful, guilty creatures. Now, if you are a seriously religious person, you may want to stop this video right now because you might not like what I'm about to say. And guys, don't bother leaving me a bunch of hateful, negative comments about what a terrible person I am because you know what? I'm just going to delete them. So, let's talk about the torture and the crucifixion of Yeshua, or Jesus the Christ. We are told that he needed to be tortured in the most horrific of ways and die a most horrible death to pay for our sins. And we think that's just awesome. I mean, we think that's like the best thing that ever could have happened. We make movies about it. We erect statues to it. Now, I have a question for those of you who are still sticking around. Why doesn't this horrify us? I mean, the idea that somebody needs to go through this because we deserve it is a horrible thing to believe. And if you are going to attack me for not loving the idea that he needed to be slaughtered in the most horrific way to save us, then I don't know what to say to you. Are you still with me? Okay, so if you guys are still brave enough to be here with me, let me show you what is underneath this belief. What is the underlying message? The underlying message is that we human beings are the most dreadful, horrible people imaginable because we are the ones who actually deserve whatever he went through. That's what we deserve, and how grand it is that he did it for us. Now I ask you to tune into your heart. Is there any living creature anywhere who deserves such a thing? Of course not. Now, I'm not really here to attack someone's religion. This is not about religion. I'm just trying to get you guys to think. I'm just saying that we better get our self-esteem back as human beings, or we will never be able to deal with what is coming. We will not have the power to do it. Now, here's another clue. Nature doesn't hate us. We are a part of nature. You know, in my neighborhood, we have certain wild animals that live among us. We have the sweetest duck families. We have geese. We have foxes, rabbits, and birds of all kinds. We have seagulls and turtles. Now, before the lockdown, all of these creatures were out and about and they were highly energized. But after we humans disappeared, you could feel that these animals missed us. I mean, I walked around and I saw them and they seemed very subdued. They almost seemed depressed and confused. They seemed de-energized. And then they started disappearing. I don't see them anymore. It's so sad. Now, if you look at a human being in nature with clear eyes that are untainted with judgment and fear, you will see something amazing. Every single human being is a brilliant light, a light that is brighter than any creature on this earth. I have seen it, you guys, over and over again. Just let the scales drop from your eyes and you will see it too. The animals know this. The plants know this. That's why they need us. They need our love. They need our light. Without humanity, this planet grows much, much dimmer. I'm telling you guys, we have been abused with the most horrific propaganda that we are horrible creatures. This has to stop. This bashing of our species has to stop. There is no way to be empowered while continuing to accept this kind of psychological abuse. Now, I already know the big, huge, massive question that will come from everything that I have been saying. We all know what that question is, right? What about the immense level of destruction that has occurred on this planet by human hands? We are absolutely going to get the complete answer to that question. There is no doubt about that. But we have to build our own strength first so that we do not become further victimized due to our own ignorance. So the first step in taking back our power is to reject the propaganda that we humans are horrible creatures. Because look where we are now. I mean, we are being portrayed as death machines. We are being told that merely by breathing, we are spewing death everywhere. We are told to avoid each other at all costs. That's how terrible and dangerous we are. I mean, we are being told to be terrified of our own species like we're mosquitoes or something. It has gotten so low, you guys, that we will accept any kind of treatment no matter how bad it is. Because we are collectively willing to accept that we just don't matter. I mean, we're kind of like an abused spouse that feels worthless. So the first thing that's behind this 2020 world crisis is the fact that we collectively hate ourselves. If we did not hate ourselves, we would not be dealing with this crisis in such draconian ways. Instead, we would be coming from a place of love, light, and healing. We would never accept a so-called solution that causes even more pain. I mean, do you know how incredibly unevolved it is to cause immense pain and suffering and call that a solution to anything? I mean, guys, we're creators. We're not this stupid. And I'm tired of blaming the virus. I mean, leave the poor virus alone. We are intelligent enough to deal with a virus. It's the fact that we collectively regard ourselves as utterly worthless on this planet. It's having put up with centuries of abuse makes us too stupid to create something amazing as a solution to this problem instead of something destructive. So the first thing we need to do to take back our power is to restore our self-esteem in this universe. Just start by contemplating all the ways in which we have been collectively abused by being told that we humans are a horrible, bad species of life. And then go to your heart and ask yourself if you are willing to continue accepting that. Because if you continue to accept it, you will be hard-pressed to come into your full power as a creator. And just like an abused spouse, you will be weak and easily controlled. Now, I know there are people out there who will say, oh, Saratoga, I don't feel this way at all. I think people are wonderful. I'm not talking about that, you guys. I'm talking about a deep subconscious program that is shared on a collective level. So if you want to take back your power, here is the first choice that you will need to make. Are you finally done with the collective human psychological abuse? Or will you continue to accept it on a soul level? And that's a question that each person must answer for themselves. So if you have hung in there with me through this whole video, I applaud you for your courage in contemplating these ideas because I know these are not easy things to consider. So if you're willing, just consider these things and ask yourself if you have really had enough of the bashing of our beautiful, beautiful human species, and if you're willing to give that up once and for all. Now, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it out with anyone who you think might be ready to hear this. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell because I will be here 3 times a week with so much more. And with that, I'm sending you loads of love, light, and positive energy. Stay peaceful and reclaim your power. Namaste, my friends.